This is the mystery of Pentecost. I wonder what could be inside. It looks like a parable box, but it's red. Maybe it's like a parable, and yet not a parable. I have an idea. Let's look inside and see what is there. There are some things inside to help me tell the story. But this is all we need to begin. There was once a great tower. Everyone working on the tower spoke the same language and worked together. But as the tower grew taller and taller, they began to talk in different ways. The tower came close to God, but the people forgot why they were building it. They grew so proud of themselves that they began to think they were greater builders than God. Each group thought it was better than any of the others. A huge noise replaced their talking. It made no sense. Everyone was babbling. Soon, the tower fell down. So it was called the Tower of Babel. The language of the people of the earth was shattered and broke into splinters. Each one was beautiful, but it was broken. Thousands of years passed, and Jesus died on the cross, but was somehow still with his disciples in a new way, just like he is still with us today. They kept seeing him, and they couldn't let him go. Then one day, something happened. The disciples were in Jerusalem. Here they are. Peter, James, John, Andrew, Matthew, Philip, Bartholomew, Thomas, James the Less, Simon, and Jude. There were only 11 because Judas had already died. Jesus took them outside the city to a mountain called Olivet. Or maybe as far as Bethany. Jesus then went up, and the Holy Spirit came down. The 11 disciples went back into the city, and they were full of joy. They went into the temple to pray. Then they went into the upper room, and with God's help, they decided that Matthias would take Judas's place. On Sunday, the 12 were together again. suddenly there was a sound like a mighty wind rushing in to be with them. It was the Holy Spirit. They became so full of its power that they seemed to be on fire. Their tongues burned in their mouths. They were so excited that people wondered what was going on. When the disciples went out into the streets, there were people there from different countries. They spoke many different languages. But somehow everyone could see that the 12 had come close to God, and God had come close to them in a new way. It no longer mattered that they spoke different languages. The disciples had become apostles. They went out into the world to tell this story. Ever since, Pentecost has been celebrated to remember this day.